Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared with my lovely wife, Kara.
Hello.
And this episode is about her top 5 most carried knives as of recently. This one's very new, the TWOSUN TS319. So she's only gotten to carry it once or twice, but it might wind up becoming, a carried knife. We'll see. But she's gonna take this over.
All right. So these are in a particular order. Or I'm sorry, I said that wrong. These are not in a particular order. Okay. So the first one here is the KANSEPT. This is also the Goblin?
The KANSEPT Goblin.
Yeah. Okay. The KANSEPT Goblin. I really like this knife because of its size. It fits in my hand really well. Great ergos, and you're gonna see a theme in all of my knives is the downward tip. It's really great. At my job I use a lot of box cutting and things of that sort, straps, plastic, so the downward tip thing is just really good. This one's got a very smooth lock bar, and I love the clip. It's just stylish, and it stays in my pants pockets well, because obviously I don't have that much room. All right, so that is the KANSEPT Goblin. Explain what?
About the pockets.
Well, I do not prefer deep carry clips because when the knives are already filling up my entire pocket and then you add a deep carry, it makes it sit even deeper in a pocket that doesn't have room. So I tend to actually prefer the regular clips so that some of that knife is not in the pocket taking up space. So that's why I like this clip. All right, next up is the MCKENNA. The CIVIVI MCKENNA. This is one that I carry when I know that the tasks I need to do are a bit more slicey and not so much like tough work. It is a smaller, thinner blade, but it is sharp and it can still handle some pretty thick cardboard. It is a front flipper, so I'm pretty good with the front flipper, so it doesn't bother me too much. But in certain circumstances, when I'm trying to work with both hands and my hands might be in an awkward angle, it can be a little frustrating to have to get my hand in that position to be able to do it. I don't know. It's not a huge worry, but I've just noticed when I'm high up on a ladder or something, sometimes it gets weird when I have my hands full. I like how the liner lock, you see how you can see it sticking out on this side, so it's very accessible, and that's one thing I love, that jimping on there, you literally can see it from this side of the knife. It's very, very accessible. So where I have issues opening it, I don't have it closing it. The closing is super, super easy. And just to preface, I don't have issues opening it. I'm just saying when my hands are full, it can be somewhat awkward. Okay. Next up is the Kizer FIREANT. For those of you that have watched the channel for a long time, you know this is one of my main boos. This is an anno job that I did myself, so I think that's another reason that I love carrying it, because I'm proud of my anno job. This knife, again, follows that whole downward tip theme. This is probably what I would consider one of my most perfect EDCs. It's got the utility blade shape, which I love because the work I do is very utility driven. It's got thumb studs, which are easy to open both with the thumb and also with the middle finger if you so choose. It's a little sticky. But the frame lock, super smooth, super easy, and not deep carry, which I love. And there's really not much more I can say about this one. It's just perfect all around, to be honest with you. The only thing it's missing is a choil. All right.
I think that's the only knife on this list that's not on bearings as well.
Yeah, which I don't mind. Kizer does their washers well. All right, this is a HINDERER what?
That is the half track.
Half track. I always forget. This knife is freaking amazing. Whoa. I carry this thing all the time. I don't care if it's expensive or whatever. It was a gift. I'm super grateful for it, and I feel like I should utilize it and not just have it sitting on a shelf. So I use this bad boy all the time. The colors are absolutely beautiful. You can see there's some scratches on the clip, and that is because I do carry the SHIT out of it. And one thing I love is that this thing still has a downward tip, but when you lay the knife straight, you can see that it's canted upwards kind of. And I think that's great because when you actually position this in your hand naturally tips like this, so it actually lines the blade up straight, which is cool. When you do other knives, like the FIREANT, for instance, it's already straight, so then when it's in your hand, the knife is facing kind of downwards. I think I prefer this angle. It just works better for me. And I think they were very smart in designing the knife that way. It also does not have deep carry, and it also has a super, super easy to use frame lock. The flipper tab has really great ergonomics. It really doesn't matter which way you grab it. You can kind of grab it from the side, front, whatever. Like, it's going to open, which I love that. And also, this is one I use for maybe heavy-duty tasks more so than the others, just because, like, it's a hinderer. It's not really, like, a thin blade, but it still can handle slicey tasks.
And they make a full-size version of that, the full track.
Okay, next up is another Goblin, but it is the Bestech Goblin. All I'm missing is the COARSE Goblin.
It's true.
The mini Goblin.
That's true.
Why don't I have one?
I don't know. You got goblins, though.
I know, but I need, like, to complete the trio.
Right.
I wish. Okay, so this is the Bestech Goblin. It has a similar kind of odd canting of the blade where, like, if you lay it... I don't know. Maybe this is laying it straight. I guess the handle is the thing that's canted weird, not the blade. The blade is straight, the handle goes up.
See how it looks.
Well, I'm just like, if you lay it flat. In your hand, it does kind of the opposite of the half track, where like in your hand, it goes completely upwards. So it does create an awkward thing with your arm where you have to like face down. But to be honest with you, I don't usually hold the knife this way. I usually hold it this way. And I'm doing cuts with it like this, or even a pinch grip. I do really enjoy the choil in it. You just have to kind of tip your arm further than you would with like the half track to utilize that tip if you are going to use the choil. But the ergos were like made for me. I mean, you can see how my fingers fold right into those ergos to the choil. My whole hand fits on this. Put it in your hand, Jared, and show him how different it is for you. Like, look if he tries to put his whole hand. Like, he can do it, but it's much more...
This is the only way I can hold it. I could never hold it like this.
You can do a pinch grip on the blade.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I have to use this choil, which this knife is made to use this choil. You can't use it without the choil because, look, I'm just saying it's like a two-finger knife.
Yeah.
But if you use the choil, you can actually get a whole grip. Your thumb lands perfectly right there. And this one's really good for the reverse flick.
Yeah.
Off of the blade. I believe you can even do that with this one, right?
As you can see, I am able to hold it without the choil.
Or don't answer.
I can. Okay. I'm sorry. I was just trying to finish my thought about the handle.
Go ahead.
So I can hold this with 4 fingers still, even without the choil, but I would choose not to because the ergos clearly were made for it this way. The lock bar is really like loose feeling, but in a good way. Like it's smooth, easy to move over. And yeah, if you pressure your fingers the right way, you can middle finger flick even with no stud. It just has enough blade sticking out where it works out. Also, this was given to me by Stasa23, and he did, I just am saying that because he did the ano on this, which I really love that, and it makes me want to carry it. All right, lastly is my Kizer Shard. This is the...
Honorable mention?
Yes, this is an honorable mention. It is the smallest of the group. I don't really think any of these were meant to be an honorable mention. I just kind of have 6 knives. There's no real order, like I said. So it's just kind of an extra one I wanted to add because I do carry it just as much as the others, if not more, honestly. It's just like a super easy little knife to throw in my pocket. Just to give you guys a small comparison, because I know it's hard to tell sometimes. You can see how tiny of a knife it is. So like that's the half track pivot to pivot right there. And the half track is already a smaller knife. So you can see that this guy is really small. It's probably like a 2-point-something inch blade. It's pretty small. For a small knife though, it has a very good liner lock access. It also has these little jimps right here. These are not just a facade. They actually are divots, which for a small knife is nice to have because when I'm using it, I am able to do a pinch grip on the handle, which is great. I am able to put 4 fingers on this knife and utilize the jimping the way you would with a full-size knife for your hand. And honestly, I don't know. I love the downward tip. It's smooth. It's easy to use. I love Kizers. And most of all, it fits in any pair of pants I have. It is a deep carry clip, but it's not positioned as deep as possible on the actual scale, which makes it still totally able to fit in my pockets, especially because it's small.
Kara hasn't really messed with this one yet, but I think she might soon in the future. But like she was saying with these divots, this one has the fake ones, like and that's what she was talking about. This actually has them, but yeah. This is the Kizer DLorme in 20 CV actually. But yeah, That is a titanium ruler sent to us from Mike Emler.
I was
Gifted
close.
That to us.
It's like 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah, just a little under 2.5. So I was dead on.
All right, put them all out there.
All right, so.
Even though I hate doing that at the end.
Why?
Because I feel like they already just seen it. They don't need to see them all again. And then some people will just fast forward to the end.
It's kind of nice, though.
They'll just fast forward to the end and be like, okay, I seen them all.
Wow, I never realized that the Kizer FIREANT was like the same size as the half track.
The what?
The FIREANT is like
It's
the same
close,
size.
But this is so much beefier. Like if you look at them like this.
Hey, you're messing up my
Sorry,
flow.
look it up.
I know it's like bigger that way.
I'm showing them, not you.
I'm saying the length. Okay, there is my top 6.
Well, top 5 with an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Love you guys.
Love
Peace.
you.